Right, Derek, so going into this sort of crucial Easter weekend, what's been your message to the players with things so tight at the bottom?
Yeah, I mean, we've kept it much the same. We obviously know that we've got 4 games to go now, and we've got a tough run of fixtures. We've got Charlton, MK Dons, Sunderland and Portsmouth, and these are all well-known clubs to everyone. But from our point of view, we've got to better the results of the teams around about us, and that's what we're going to try and do.
Is there a risk that yourself or the players can overthink things, and it really is a question of that cliche, the next game?
Yeah, I mean, it is always the next game. We understand that there is fixtures in the bottom four that teams are playing against each other, so something has to give that way. But we've got a tough run of fixtures. Can we gather enough points from these fixtures to keep ourselves in League One?
Is it a good thing when the clubs play each other down there at this stage of the season, from your perspective?
I don't think it is. I think that it would obviously be better if they played against teams that were higher up the league table, and because one of the teams is going to either get a point, possibly 3 points, and I think that that is something that we wouldn't want, but we can't do anything about that. We've obviously played these teams earlier on in the season.
How important is it to focus on the positives from the Cambridge game and not the defeat?
Yeah, I mean, it's a game I don't think we deserve to lose. I think that we created some really big opportunities in the game that we were unfortunate not to have scored, and I think that over the 90 minutes we had better opportunities in Cambridge, but they got a goal early in the game. We responded from a magnificent goal from Cole Stockton, and then they got a penalty kick, and that enabled them to obviously get the victory.
With that goal from Cole Stockton, another example of a prolific striker this season, how important is it to have someone like him in your side in this situation?
Yeah, I think it is important. It's important that other players, score goals as well. And we've had that with, Arthur, Phillips and Wildig at this moment in time helping Cole. We obviously need, Connolly to get a goal as well, because that would help us even further. But, he's been a great outlet for us on the right-hand side because of his pace and direct play. And, over, the games that I've seen, we are starting to click.
How do you see the Charlton game? Because you've said for the last couple of weeks, every one of these games is a must-win game. Do you still stand by that?
Well, we've no choice. We've got to win somewhere between now and the end of the season, but to give ourselves an opportunity of League One football next year. Draws are not going to be good enough. 4 draws in the next 4 games are not going to be good enough. We need to win, one of these games at some stage.
Have you been in any sort of battles like this before, right at the bottom where it is so very close?
I think that when I came to this, football club, we were in a situation where it was very similar, and we had to get ourselves away from the bottom of the table. But listen, let's see, how it pans out after this weekend. We'll have a better idea going into Monday, and then after Monday, then we'll have a really good idea how it goes, for the next 2 games.
Is it, though, only human nature, to be honest, to look at the other team's fixtures and results? You can talk about focusing on your own performances, but certainly for the players, it's really hard not to, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if we win the next 4 games, then we stay in League One. That is what happens. But I think that we've obviously got to understand that the other teams have got fixtures against teams around about them, and something has to give.
What's the injury situation? Because you were without Ryan McLaughlin again against Cambridge, weren't you?
Yeah, we just got Ryan McLaughlin. He's the only one out injured, so everyone else is fit.
And you played Greg Lee, didn't you, at right back? Is that something you consider doing again?
Yeah, we can do that. We've obviously got other options in that position. Shane McLaughlin, Ryan Cooney, Greg Lee. It's something that we can do, going into this game, or we can change it.
What's your message to the supporters? Lots of them will be making the trip to South London on Friday. Terrible trains, that sort of thing. A lot of effort, a lot of commitment. I think they're on the edge of their seats by now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really good season from the point of view they've been able to, go to, some tremendous stadiums in English football. Charlton is one of them. a team that played in the Premier League for a number of seasons, and were able to build the stadium, and it's a fantastic venue to go and play football. They'll enjoy a Morecambe team going there, and they want us to go there and get a result, and come home happy.
And a couple of weeks ago, before those 2 back-to-back wins, this sort of situation is something you would have grabbed totally, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. As I said, we've got ourselves into a situation where we're out of the bottom 4 at this moment in time. That's where we want to be. We understand the fixtures that are coming up, but you just never know in football, what you can do. I've been a manager for so many years. I've played against a lot of big teams and been able to get results. So as a player going onto that pitch, you just never know when that win's going to come along, and we're hopeful it is Saturday.
MazummaMobile.com